This is, well, two items really, right? But even that one item easily accelerates your way towards your second core item. But I love this. Right now, we are accounting for the setup of these two teams. Clearly, both of them are utilizing single cores only in the form of Cloud for BREN Esports, Ling still for Omega. I kind of but feel that these two carries are also the junglers. Right? Will be the retribution holder.
Whew. So this is surprising. They still go for that certain 1-3-1 setup, but they secured good off laners, side laners
Side
on their
lanes,
side.
yeah.
And if you can see here, Remo is with the Popol and Koopa side lane. I expected this to just come out because there's this thing about Popol and Koopa that they can lane dominate
Yeah.
as long as Popol and Koopa are together.
Yeah, and the support would still be Changu, right? Changu. So, if I'm not mistaken, on the 113 or the 131 setup for the Project Next patch, you have the mid laner for the support position. That's the one you're gonna be leaving here, and occasionally the jungler, the one with the retribution, would just visit the side lanes. Actually, not the mid lane, because why side lane? He wants to target the gold lane, honestly. You want to target those shield and again try to make a push using a 113 setup. And again, Chango is really good on maintaining your lane. It's very, very hard to push against the Chango if you're just relying on the minions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just very, very excited about this match. I'm actually glad not much has been changed from our
Not
previous
much.
team setups. But still, change is change, and change will be there. Change will be there.
And
Yeah, change will be there for
change
for
change.
the whole game, for the whole
Yeah.
game, right?
It's still the same idea that Bren has been living on. That Chang-O and Cho set up the concussive blast and the pokes coming out from the Chang-O. They have high first blood capability here onto the side of Bren Esports. So I think Omega should look out for a flicker coming out from the Cho.
Yeah. Well, that is expected.
That is
Lusty.
expected. It's Lusty. I mean,
it, right?
Lusty will just try to go for that.
Yeah,
lane.
yeah,
It's how he goes. Like
yeah.
there's this certain thing about Lusty that it's okay if he dies as long as the enemy dies first.
Yeah, it's disrupted, and yeah. There are 2 points of heavy conflict here, guys. One would be of the jungle, but more so on side lanes. I think on the side lane, especially on the gold lane, especially when a team is trying to get a good chunk out of that bonus gold with the shield protection, right? You'd want to account that, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. Right now we just have a technical pause here for our teams, ladies and gentlemen. And so far, well, we have to account for the first rotation. Yeah, that's the thing. We have to account what jungle comp will they be targeting first? Who will be assisting who? Right? I do believe there is still a leash mechanic here, right? But
Of
again,
course.
it's totally not encouraged to always and always go with your jungler, because again there is a damage reduction in the creeps.
I think in a way, Shinbu, not much will change because the thing is for the previous meta, you clearly have to put it in a way or see it in a way that after the first wave, the support doesn't really go out of lane anymore.
Yeah,
What the
yes.
support does is she tries to clear that second wave alone, so that
just the
they
mid
can
lane.
he can get full minion gold
Yes, yes,
XP,
yes.
and he can maneuver to level 4
Yeah.
and get that mask going on inside if they're ever gonna go for that
Yeah.
dual mask
But
setup.
here we go. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be our very first game for the very first series of the very first day of the 6th week of the MPL Season 6 regular season. BREN Esports versus Omega. Alright, so Cloud will be targeting the Fiend here, whereas Hajizi will start on the purple buff. Both are just doing assist here for the lane, because you'd want to at least get lane advantage.
Oh,
Yeah, force of flicker against View. Nice gank there by Hit.
did you notice something new for View?
Right, what?
He went straight for the second skill first, not the first.
Alright.
Because the thing is, there is a plus 20 bonus on your physical attacks.
Yeah, on your physical, I actually go with the second skill first
Yeah.
if I want to win the
Yeah.
lane.
But
honestly.
for some actually they go for the first skill
first, yeah.
because it's a bit of a poke.
Yeah.
But now I think it's more reliable to just go for this because in the early levels that 20 damage
Yeah, look at
actually makes sense.
Yeah, and especially on your attack for the minions. It is starting to disrupt more than Lusty here. honestly. All right,
And look at this, they're sticking together and they know that they have to leave Carl.
they have to leave Carl.
They have to leave Carl because if Carl doesn't get that alone, it will take a lot of time. And 15 plus 15, that's 30% of damage view.
So it's gonna be Q that will be their target here. Hit once again, I think he's more disruptive here than Lusty. And there's also a good follow up there by HGC.
So I'm guessing there's a bit of a discord or how do I say this, problem on the side of Brent Esports because of what he did. He delayed. He actually delayed
Yeah.
the farm here of Currency. I mean, Currency didn't really get affected that much because Currency has their retribution. But then again, someone died on their side just because of that rotation.
And that's how they will solve kill. Yeah. What they did, they sent Plan PC with the execute. So that there's an early burst at the hit. Bye-bye hit.
So, okay. So for the side of Brent Esports, as long as this game is dragging, they will get more out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Still a cloud. Yeah. And you still want to account for that. And I think Kartzi knows what's up. Kartzi knows that it's just there trying to disrupt. And so far, yeah, we still have okay. So there is the first rotation by Kartzi. Note for the fact that he is not accompanied by Lusty here.
And look at Flapsy here.
Flapsy here forced to use the Black Dragon form. And he is the one being forced out of his team. This is the 1-1-3 setup, and there goes Hit. He knows what's up. And this is the 1-1-3 setup we are talking about. Not anymore 1-0-4 or 4-0-1. You really want someone stay in the mid and just allocate two members to camp aside.
You just have to make your pick of Snappy. And this is what Omega is doing. Carl getting caught out. BMI just to get out.
Yeah.
And XP lane is on top. Gold lane is on top. XP lane is at bottom.
Yeah, and for that part, it is Omega's gonna be leading, right? Girls is kind of untouchable. There's Lusty. Alright, direct kick.
And look at this. They just went in.
Yeah,
Lusty.
it just went in, right?
I mean, if you guys, some of the viewers here are having trouble to dictate how to see whether that's the gold lane or the XP lane without looking at the map, I know that some of the people don't really, pick up as fast as other people.
Yeah.
You can just check the wagons on what they're carrying.
Yeah,
If they're carrying
yes.
Gold,
Or
that's the gold
scrolls.
lane.
Yeah.
If they're carrying the scrolls, that's the XP
the
lane.
EXP lane, guys. So right now, for your viewing experience, the EXP lane is on the bottom lane. The gold lane is actually up top.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's actually a quick attempt there by Kalsi on trying to visit the lane of Currency so that he can get at least some chunk of that gold lane. A nice and very beautiful flicker to the ejector down onto Few, and now Few is the one getting punished here. That's what we are talking about. Sometimes that very safe mid laner might suffer from assassins, and Currency here just going for the wrap around is still gonna be the target here, and that's a very big win there by Omega.
Oh, this is actually surprising. Omega making sure that they make this game count. And remember, Onyx Esports is the only one to take a chip in the shoulder here of BREN Esports. They're in vulnerable state. Onyx Esports was able to take one game away from them. But this is the Gillette instant replay, hashtag shave the day. Look at how dominant the Omega squad here in terms of getting their pickoffs. They go straight for Currency after. Haji didn't even bother going for a Flap.
Yeah.
Because he knows that Flap is in a bad situation anyway. So why contribute when I can go straight for Carl?
Yeah. It's always rewarding to just target Carl. Always rewarding to just target the main carry here of the enemy team. Still, Few will just be doing the same thing over and over again. Even though he died, even though there's a lot of pressure established by Omega towards him, his ult will still be online. As long as he got his level 4, that's totally spammable. There's still a lot of control here for this mid lane side. And the thing here is that a heavy gold was given to the chunk of Omega on the top lane side. That is already a very early turret secured. Actually, side lanes, I forgot. On the side lane side. So we're kind of correct on the accounting for the side laners here of Omega being quite explosive against BREN.
And BREN Esports, they're not fighting in any way here. They're just letting Omega get whatever they want right now. Because they know if they play the long game, they will have a certain amount of advantage.
Yes,
As
yes.
long as Kartzi doesn't go down.
Remember, guys, in this running meta as well, in this new update, oh no, Currency got caught. There might be a catch there, but he's not gonna be competing for a dive. But again, for this Project Next patch, games will be longer.
Games will be longer.
Games will be longer because of the turret protection.
Because, you know what, Shinbu, that 3 minute mark,
Yeah.
that 210-second setup for
Yeah.
that turret plating and that turret shield, it's really just gonna slow down people.
Yeah, it's really just gonna slow down people, even in rotations, because you have to really stay on your lane. You have to maintain, if not push or shove or win a lane, and that's what's happening here. Again, this is the strat of the jungle. Look at that. The side lanes are suffering, but because of view here, really no pressure can be established for the side lane without having to dive. But there is a very effective diver onto the side of Omega, and that would be a hit onto the side. That's gonna be it, Carl Z. That's gonna be the Yuzong going down, and
Oh.
ZZ goes for the dive. He will be casting the Blade of Tempest just to walk away. And still, what Omega is doing is they know their tempo and they're choking Bren here. Should ever Bren tries to engage, they will punish them.
Ice Queen Wand on Fume, that will give him the certain utility that he needs, especially to clearing out these waves. They are not letting Omega get this middle lane turret. I like how they're playing this. They're not really putting Omega in front for the map control setup that they're going for right now. It will be very problematic for BREN Esports to just give this out, because the thing is, those side lanes or side minions, side jungles, it's going to be open
Yeah.
for side of Omega.
And this is the problem of you trying to rotate actually onto another lane. Omega here with the 22 seconds timer, I think they might be able to get a shot, to get a push here for the mid lane side. And also, I want to account of the Ruby pick. I think Ruby will shine heavily on this match. Ruby is really good at doing lane maintenance. She's really, really good whenever someone is trying to dive her under turret. Yeah, you know, that combo, that flicker, especially of that We Are Angry ultimate. And yeah, I think the side lanes really, I mean, as evident and as visible here for our game, the side lane really is where the Omega's win is coming from. We might be seeing the very first one-sided lose here of Bren.
It's 3-4-3 in terms of the turtle department here for
Yeah.
the side of Omega.
Yeah.
And you know what? Lusty isn't really getting
Oh my
this dominance into just going in front of the enemies. Claude goes down once again.
GC making short work of Curtisi actually. As the Claude goes down, as you mentioned, and there we go. There's gonna be the complete push for this outer mid lane turret, ladies and gentlemen. Down for the bottom lane. That's gonna be Baptisi forced again to use his Black Dragon form. He is just waiting for a proper timing as Revo kites back. The damage is evident here for the side of the Omega, and that would be it. The dragon gets laid on human form. There's also Duksha that will come along, and now also view the third one. And I think this game is kind of as good as one by Omega against Bren. It seems that Omega is not willing to let up their lead.
Haji Z, Hayes, Kurt Z, Heath, Toshi. Are they the ones who's gonna stop this streak coming out from Bren? Remember, this team, we did not really give them, let's say we did not give them, you know, the proper acknowledgement into just, how do I say this, adjusting?
Yeah,
They meta
adjusting.
fast. But
We
right now,
kind of, but still against Bren.
yes, still
We're-
against
we're
Bren.
thinking-
We really thought that BREN Esports, they can adapt fast, but
Yeah.
Omega here, they have a certain understanding of this meta
Yeah.
that BREN Esports, they cannot touch it, it's invulnerable to them, and they cannot get it.
Especially the Jawhead, man. Especially the joy that
Especially the
I kind of
Jawhead.
feel that it is gonna be the joy that enabled a lot of things here for the side of the Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a 9-minute. We're about to enter actually the 10-minute mark of this game. Still no turret was pushed onto the side here of Ren. That's gonna be Kurtzi receiving the whole damage, the
Okay.
whole brute force of Abuse Meteor Shower.
They can, for Omega here, yes, they are winning, but they cannot give out these easy pickups on the side of BREN Esports. We do know that BREN Esports, if you give them an opening, they will try to break that opening apart and make it bigger and bigger and bigger, and they will win from that. So, Omega, they're doing a great job, but right now, they have to be very careful.
Yeah, Black Dragon form once again onto Flap TC as Lusty is being dueled up here by Hit, but here goes Ajisi. Really, Ajisi is a carry very willing to actually participate in fights. But it might be it. I can sense, even in the gold graph here, that something is plateauing onto the side of Omega. As it is more difficult, honestly, anyway. It is more difficult to actually push an inner turret compared to the outer turret.
Gold is gold, but if you think about it, slowly but surely, BREN Esports is catching up. And you do have a Rebo to zone out on that Popol and Koopa. You have Few to push out the waves with the Meteor Shower. They're not using it to contest anything. And they catch up Toshi here. Oh my goodness.
That is big, ladies and gentlemen. Lusty here, also staying down for the mid. Hayes has to dash out. And we got the lure getting focused on by the Omega squad. Arribo not willing to let up. He's going to go for this lure. It is going to be secured quickly by Haji's Retribution. And down for the party, it would be a hit down from the front side. And of course, Haji's running onto the back as he got Carl Dizzy quite quick.
That was
Way
fast.
faster than Omega. Yeah, way faster than his teammates can really follow up. That is a very, very effective assassination there by Hajizi.
I just have to say, map awareness for Haji Z to not be trigger happy into going for those for people in front of him, but he went straight to the
Backline,
He
yeah.
saw Claude
Yeah.
and he punctured Claude like how do you say this? What's a sewing ball where you put the needles in?
Like a swimming ball.
A sewing ball. Probably a sewing ball. He punctured Claude here, and Claude can't really do anything. He doesn't have his items yet. I think the next item for him is going to be the golden staff.
Yeah.
He has Demon Hunter sword, but Haji as well has it.
Yeah, and the thing here is there's a lot of snappiness, as you keep on mentioning onto the earlier onto the lanes, that whenever you want to be really snappy, there's a lot of snappiness on the hit. Right? I mean, hit is just, if not staying in the middle, zoning off people, being always a visible threat against the enemy. Hit will just initiate quickly for you. And look at here. Flaptisi decides to do it up with a GC. What is he thinking? There we go. They have to fall back in Black Dragon form into the front line. It would be of Toshi playing, of course, his Winter Trance just to go in.
Oh!
He goes in with a flicker. We are angry combination after the destruction of the Millennium Inhibitor turret. And that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be focusing in onto this base. Omega takes the most one-sided victory of a team against BREN Esports.
And
Oh my god.
were debating who can beat Bren last week in Usapang MPL.
Yeah?
How do I say this? The talk about MPL.
The talk about MPL.
So,
MPL
now,
chit chat?
MPL chit chat.
Yeah?
Omega,
Oh my god.
they're one win away from winning a
They're
series.
one win away from winning a series, honestly, against